Chapter 3. The First Coming and the Spring Feasts. 7 appointments that change the world. Imagine you discovered a series of appointments on God's calendar. Specific days marked out thousands of years in advance, each one representing a major moment in the story of human redemption. Now imagine that 4 of those appointments have already been kept, fulfilled with a precision that leaves no room for accident. That is exactly what the 7 Hebrew feasts represent. The Hebrew word for these festivals is Modim, which means appointed times or rehearsals. God himself described them as the feasts of the Lord, not the feasts of Israel, but his feasts, his appointments. They were set on the calendar not just as memorials of what God had done, but as previews of what he was going to do. The spring feasts, 4 of them, have already been fulfilled. Every single one was completed on the exact calendar day it represented. The fall feasts, 3 of them, remain ahead of us. And if the pattern holds, they will be fulfilled with the same precision. Passover.
The lamb dies on schedule.
The first feast is Passover,
Observed on the 14th day of the first Hebrew month.
Nisan.
It commemorates the night in Egypt when the blood of a lamb on the doorpost
Caused the angel of death to
pass over.
the home.
The lamb had to be selected on the 10th of Nisan
Kept without blemish for 4
and
days.
slaughtered at a specific time.
Between the evenings, which the priests calculated as approximately 3 in the afternoon.
On the 10th of Nisan, in the year of the crucifixion,
Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey while crowds waved palm branches.
it was the day the Passover lamb
Was selected
on the 14th of Nisan,
at approximately 3 in the afternoon.
the exact hour.
The Passover lambs were being slaughtered in the temple.
Jesus breathed his last on the cross.
For Christ, our Passover lamb, has been sacrificed.
1 Corinthians 5:7.
This was not a coincidence. It was a divine appointment kept to the hour.
Unleavened bread,
3 days without sin.
beginning the day after Passover,
The feast of unleavened bread lasted 7 days.
during which no leaven.
Representing sin was allowed in the home. Families would search every corner of the house, removing every trace of yeast.
Jesus,
Who was described by his followers,
as the only human being who ever lived without sin,
was in the tomb during these days,
the sinless one lay in silence.
fulfilling a feast that had pictured this very thing for 15 centuries.
First fruits,
The resurrection as promise.
on the day after the Sabbath,
During Passover week,
the priest would wave a sheaf of the first grain of the harvest before the Lord.
this was called first fruits.
The pledge that the full harvest was coming.
On that exact day,
Jesus rose from the dead,
but Christ has indeed been raised from the dead.
the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep.
1 Corinthians 15:20.
Paul chose that precise word
First fruits.
on purpose.
The resurrection of Jesus.
It's not just a miracle,
It was a prophetic sign.
the first of a great harvest of resurrections that was still coming.
He is the first fruits.
We are the harvest.
Pentecost.
Fire falls on the 50th day.
50 days after first fruits,
Came the feast of Pentecost.
called Shavuot in Hebrew,
It celebrated the giving of the law on Mount Sinai.
and the wheat harvest.
The number 50 is built into the feast's very name.
In Acts chapter 2, the disciples are gathered in Jerusalem,
Exactly 50 days after the resurrection,
when suddenly a sound like a rushing wind fills the room and tongues of fire appear.
3,000 people become believers in a single day.
The Holy Spirit arrived on Pentecost,
On the exact day of the feast,
not the 49th day,
not the 51st.
the 50th,
4 feasts, 4 fulfillments.
all on the precise day.
This pattern is not accidental,
It is the signature of a God who operates on a schedule.
and if he kept every spring appointment to the day,
There is every reason to believe
He will keep every fall appointment the same way,
which means the next items on his calendar
deserve our very close attention.